a great first day of our second gathering. And I congratulate everybody and thank them for their participation. But tonight is even more of a fun note because we're welcoming the 2011 MAS Livable City Awards. I'm thrilled that we have the opportunity to celebrate tonight in this building, of which I've been involved for a long period of time, but it's one of the great performance spaces of New York, which has many of them. Because we're here at the Frederick P. Rose Hall, home of the Jazz at Lincoln Center, I know you know that we wouldn't be able to do this here without the support of a lot of people, not just Steve Ross and the people who use this building, but also many of the corporations and foundations and individuals, of which you are many of them, the support that you've given us. And I would like to say who they are, because they deserve a great deal of thanks and applause at the end, if you will. The Rockefeller Foundation, Ford Foundation, Tiffany & Company Foundation, American Express, Con Edison, Forest City Ratner, the Educational Foundation of America, the William and Mary Grieve Foundation, the Charles H. Revson Foundation, the Laurie M. Tisch Illumination Fund, and special thanks, as I just gave, but I'll do it again because I owe them so much, the related companies, our hosts here in the building. Finally, to our media partners, and not finally at all, because they're critical to getting out the news of all of the work that we're doing and the activities that you heard about today, the New York Times, Crane's New York Business, and Architizer. So that's my job tonight, and it wasn't a job, it was a real pleasure. I'd like to thank all of them and you for that support. And now the other pleasant part is to introduce that wonderful person that now is our president, Vin Cipolla. Vin?
Thank you, David, for all you do. Thanks to all of you for being here tonight. Welcome to the MAS Livable City Awards. First off, I want to congratulate the extraordinary group of honorees we are celebrating here tonight. These people and organizations have made and continue to make New York City a more enriching, engaging, and livable city. Without their commitment to addressing urban challenges, without their persistence, dedication, and passion, without their vision, New York City would be a worse place to live. And that's just the truth. This year, we're presenting the awards in conjunction with the MAS Summit for New York City, our second annual conference on livability. This is MAS's largest ever convening. What happened here today, over 500 civic-minded New Yorkers and leaders in the fields of planning, design, housing, economics, and development from around the country, and in some cases around the world, came together here to discuss livability and examine the challenges and opportunities we have in New York City. During our lunch salons, we call them salons, so you could both talk and eat. You couldn't get your hair done, but you could have a conversation and get food. There was not, and there were long tables for those of you that were here, so that entire atrium was filled with chairs and tables, and there was not a seat to be found. It was very, very exciting. And I hope to see all of you here tomorrow morning for a powerful and jam-packed second day, beginning with Christine Quinn and Amanda Burden and many others. Tonight's awards are inspired by the founding principles of MAS. We were founded in 1893 by a group of civic leaders and artists, spearheaded by Evangeline Blashfield. She and her City Beautiful colleagues were inspired by the wonderful public places and public art of other cities and believed that New York could and should be even more beautiful and livable for all of her citizens. Evangeline put words to our mission that still hold true today and speak to the qualities shared by tonight's honorees. Quote, "To make us love our city, we must make our city lovely." I'll now hand it over to one lovely guy, super lovely guy in all ways, City Council member Dan Garodnick, who, like tonight's honorees, works every day to make New York a more livable city. Dan is such a great partner of MAS. Dan represents Manhattan's 4th District, comprised of the Upper East Side, parts of Midtown and Murray Hill, and Stuyvesant Town and Peter Cooper Village, and he has been a terrific friend to us throughout our campaign to transform the Con Ed Pier on the Far East Side into a much-needed park. Please join me in welcoming Dan Garodnick.
Thank you, Vin. It is an absolute pleasure for me to be here tonight to celebrate the Municipal Art Society's Livable City Awards. And our first award for the evening goes to River Park Farm. This unique collaboration between River Park Restaurant and the Alexandria Real Estate Equities is a prime example of the temporary alternative use of a stalled construction site to stimulate local interest and economic activity, to benefit the environment, beautify an area, and engage the community. Amid the skyscrapers and bustling streets of New York City, in the heart of my council district, the River Park Farm at Alexandria Center is New York City's most urban farm. The brainchild of famed restaurant entrepreneur, chef Tom Colicchio, and farm co-founders Sisha Ortuzar, Jeffrey Zarofsky, and Scarlett Shore, the farm supplies fresh local produce to the adjacent River Park restaurant, and it creates a unique green space on what will become ultimately the West Tower of the Alexandria Center for Life Science, New York City. We are truly excited to have a growing bioscience center in the district. And we are equally excited to see peppers, lettuces, and tomatoes growing on East 29th Street. Just as innovative as the farm's location are the methods that were used to build a large, portable, working urban farm within a construction site that was already under development. The team has made this site even more vibrant, offering private outdoor dining at a farm table with views of the city, the East River, and the unique urban farmscape. This so-called stalled site in Kips Bay was one of 600 in New York City alone, and part of the reason why I authored a law for developers and the city to work together in managing stalled sites so that they do not become just a blight on the community. Indeed, we hope that River Park Farm and their team will be an inspiration in other neighborhoods. So, please join me in welcoming a chef and partner of River Park Restaurant and co-founder of River Park Farm, Sisha Ortuzar, partner of River Park Restaurant and co-founder of River Park Farm, Jeffrey Zarofsky, and the executive director of corporate strategy for Alexandria Real Estate Equities and co-founder of River Park Farm, Scarlett Shore. Please come on and join me and welcome them, and congratulations.
Good evening. Thank you, Dan, so much. And without your support, we wouldn't be here tonight. We're honored to be in such esteemed company and recognized by such a wonderful, important organization. This recognition helps us spread the message that with great collaboration, good business, and good citizenship, they do and go hand in hand. This project began over a year ago in partnership with Alexandria Real Estate Equities, with a vision to transform one of New York City's 600 stalled sites on East 29th Street into New York City's most urban farm. Currently, we are using 15,000 square feet to support the produce needs of our restaurant, River Park, with thousands of plants in 7,400 milk crates lined with landscaper fabric. We have over 100 varieties of crops. At the height of the summer, we were harvesting over 100 pounds of cucumbers a day and have become home to a swarm of bees. We've created jobs and we've invigorated the community. With this project, we wanted to inspire other businesses, local communities, and individuals to think big, creatively, innovatively, and sustainably to make this city more livable. Briefly, we would like to thank Alexandria Real Estate Equities, OR Design and Technology, and Grow NYC, our partners in the farm. Thank you so much.
Please join us in welcoming Vice President of Alliance Bernstein, Joe Versace.
Good evening, everyone. When we speak of livable cities, we speak for all New Yorkers. A recent study found that 1 in 3,000 New Yorkers is sadly homeless. And in a city of millions, that statistic should concern all of us. Homes require an income requires a job. And as we all know, jobs require skills, especially in the state that our economy is in. This is where Bridget Sheridan Johnson and the Urban Samaritans come in. Bridget and her team, recognizing that this first step towards independence is the development of these necessary skills, got creative. And they got really creative. They partnered with institutions like the Whitney, the Morgan, the American Museum of Natural History, the Frick, Guggenheim, and New York Public Library. And they partnered with them in the following way. Bridget saw the banners that you can see here on the display that many of our cultural institutions utilize to promote exhibits and wondered what might happen to them when they were done. Well, what has happened is, in a church basement, the Urban Samaritan homeless workforce has taken these banners and has turned them into tote bags. Using the skills that they acquired, sewing and assembly, these tote bags are now back in the institutions where they used to hang to promote exhibits and are being sold to the constituents. Change need not be complicated. Coupling creative initiative with opportunity to serve a need is what Bridget and her team have set out to do, and it's what they're doing. Having a livable city for everyone is attainable. Our second MAS Livable City Award winner is Urban Samaritan, and I'd like to ask you all and join me in welcoming Bridget Sheridan Johnson to the stage to accept the award.
Urban Samaritan is just a small example of what can happen when art on banners, and design, a great tote bag design, join forces to take on an urban challenge like homelessness. I'd like to challenge you. Can you imagine what we can accomplish if architecture, design, and art communities came together to tackle this issue on a larger scale? I'd like to thank my husband Eric for helping me get Urban Samaritan off the ground. We praise God for inspiring us with this idea to create Urban Samaritan. I'd like to especially thank Rose Hittmeyer. Rose is our design director, and Rose is the person who not only designs our products, but takes every single banner and cuts them individually to make sure we get the best design out of each piece of fabric. And special thanks to the Municipal Art Society for recognizing our small attempt to make New York a more livable city for our homeless and in-need neighbors. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome MAS board member and former New York City Parks Commissioner Gordon Davis and Adrian Benepe, Commissioner of the New York City Department of Parks and Recreation.
This award is so special it takes two of us to do it. So when I left the Parks Department 28 years ago, Adrian was a park ranger at the time. He's since gotten to be the commissioner. Something happened that to this day is still very moving to me, which is the staff and employees of the Parks Department created as a going-away gift to me an award to be given every year at the Municipal Art Society Awards ceremony named after my parents, Allison Davis and Elizabeth Stubbs Davis. The choice was particularly fitting because my parents did many things to change this country and this world, but what they did for me most of all was to imbue in me the principles and the spirit that I brought to everything I did when I was in the Parks Department. Although my mother did not live to see me as the Parks Commissioner, my father did, and their pride in me still is something that has a profound effect on me. So every year we give an award to an outstanding Parks employee, and I had the good fortune, I won't tell you her name yet, it's like the Academy Awards, I won't tell you her name yet. I had the good fortune of being backstage with her for a half an hour, and she is just fabulous. And I learned her whole life story, but that's not my job. My job is to give her the award and the check that goes with it. It's Adrian's job to tell you who she is.
Thank you very much, Gordon. And when we're together, we call this the Mutt and Jeff Award. I'll let you figure out who's who, if you're old enough to know who Mutt and Jeff were. My job is to tell you about Angela Ely, and who started with the Parks Department back in 1997, and she came in, as I did, sort of at an entry level as a playground associate. She was promoted very quickly to recreation specialist. She took charge of the play school program and after school programs at one of our recreation centers in Queens, Sorrentino Center. She was quickly promoted to deputy center manager and then center manager at Detective Keith Williams at another recreation center. So as a recreation center manager, you get to wear a lot of hats, and her hats include coach, cook, chaperone, a mentor, and she's also the eyes and the ears of the neighborhood park, or she was the eyes and the ears of the neighborhood park, Liberty Park and Playground, making sure things got repaired and people were getting hurt, addressing security concerns. And then she learned this thing we're doing. It's called AMPS. It's the Asset Management System. It's a very complicated way of making sure we're taking care of all our stuff. And she became an unofficial tutor of our colleagues in this very complicated system. Now, that's not enough, because 4 weeks ago she was promoted again. She's now taking over center manager at the largest recreation center in Queens, the Lost Battalion Hall. That would be enough, except she has developed a passion for gardening, and last year she became a volunteer in education program for disabled adults at William H. Simmons Community Garden, and there's hundreds of community gardens across the city. And the participants there developed a love for horticulture and made this site look great. And when she's not at work, you can find her gardening in the garden or volunteering at the Manhattan Baptist Church, where she's volunteered for more than 10 years. So it's this combination of doing great work and also doing work when you're not being paid. So on and off the job, she has set a great example for the community, for others. She lives in Jamaica, Queens, with her husband Richard of 25 years, and is a father of a son, Keenan, who has also worked now as a playground associate. So it's my great pleasure to join you all in honoring Angela Ely. Angela, come on up.
There's a check on the back. Actually, there's not a real check. We'll get the check later.
Okay. Oh, I am so blessed to work for an agency that just makes you love your job. I came in this agency as a seasonal. I thought it was going to be one summer. It's turned into 18 summers. And I am so blessed to love my job. And I'd just like to thank the commissioners. He really calmed me down backstage, because I know y'all know I'm nervous. I'd like to thank the commissioners. I'd like to thank the Chief of Recreation in Queens, Iris. I think Rosemary Paul is here. There she is, for always supporting me, for my family that knows that this is more than a job for me. This is my livelihood. And I am so honored to receive this award. And I have one of my gardeners, my hardest working gardener, Alberta Crowley, here with me tonight. And I'm just going to keep on doing what I do. And I just thank everyone. Thank you so much.
You're way off over here. Here, take it.
Please welcome Vice Chair of the MAS Board of Directors, President of the Public Art Fund, and fearless public art crusader, Susan Friedman.
Good evening. Our fourth award of the evening goes to the Storm King Art Center. MAS recognizes this renowned sculpture park for supporting art as a tool of placemaking, most recently through a major exhibition of public work by American sculptor Mark DeSuvero at the island this summer. Storm King, founded in 1960, is a unique sculpture venue. The wonderful permanent collection of monumental works sits in a landscape that has become an international arts destination. And this summer, for the first time, Storm King ventured beyond its beautiful campus to collaborate with the Trust for Governors Island in a hugely successful upstate-downstate partnership that has contributed to the ongoing development of Governors Island as a must-see place in the evolving cultural landscape of our city. The show, Mark DeSuvero at Governors Island, presented by Storm King Art Center, is the largest outdoor DeSuvero exhibition in New York City since the 1970s. It included 11 works by this acclaimed artist, 4 of which have never been seen publicly before, and 1 of which was created specifically for the exhibition. In presenting this show, Storm King has made a powerful case for the ongoing evolution of Governors Island and its potential as a resource for the people of our city. The island has become one of our most unique settings for public art, one that offers an unparalleled opportunity for the bringing together of art and nature. Please join me in congratulating Storm King Art Center and its president, John Stern, on this incredible achievement. How grateful we are to you, John, for your vision and your leadership, and for sharing with all of us a new way to experience the work of a great American master.
Thank you so much, Susan. This was a really wonderful adventure and project for Storm King to do this year, and it's a great honor to receive this award from the Municipal Arts Society. Particularly as a native New Yorker who grew up here, we're deeply honored on behalf of our board and staff. And I do want to thank several people, because this was a team effort. And first and foremost, I want to thank Mark DeSuvero, who's not only an outstanding sculptor and artist, but a really great human being who has dedicated his life to other artists and helped found the Socrates Sculpture Park in Long Island City, among other things. Ivana Mestrovic, who is here tonight with us, who runs his studio, was just a wonderful person to work with. David Collins, our director and curator, did an outstanding job, and Nora Lawrence, who's here with us, our associate curator. And also the Trust for Governors Island was a wonderful partner. Leslie Koch, the president, and Renee Menschel, the chair of the trust, were just terrific to work with. And I think the experience of going to Governors Island is similar to the experience many people have when they come to Storm King, which is a sense of getting away and out of the things that worry us and our blackberries, for example, when they work, and a sense of getting away and just enjoying art and long views. In this case, the views of the New York Harbor, and at Storm King, views of grass fields and mountains. And finally, I want to thank the National Park Service, who was also a great partner for us. And it's just been a wonderful adventure, and I'm honored to be in the presence of all the other great honorees. Thank you.
Please welcome MAS board member and Senior Vice President of Public Affairs at Con Edison, Francis
Our next MAS Livable City Award is presented to IOBI, a nonprofit organization that brings environmental projects to life, block by block. IOBI was founded in 2008 by Casey Flynn, Brandon Whitney, and Aaron Barnes, and is dedicated to connecting New Yorkers to grassroots environmental projects in their own neighborhoods through a crowd resourcing platform. This is where community leaders can raise money, organize volunteers, and share knowledge, and where anyone can explore and support all kinds of amazing projects across the city. All of these projects are conceived, designed, and run by neighbors, which ensures community buy-in, long-term caretakers, and daily reminders of what's being achieved. Successful projects are then magnified so they can benefit other neighborhoods, and the positive impact can ripple throughout the city. IOBI has helped fund the creation of an outdoor classroom for the Hester Street Collaboration in Manhattan, the construction of a new water-conserving garden for the Rockaway Waterfront Alliance, and the upgrade of the facilities at the North Brooklyn Compost Project, among many other projects. Aaron, Brandon, and Casey are intent on changing the world, block by block. Please join me in welcoming Brandon Whitney.
I just want to say thank you really quickly to Cassie Flynn and Aaron Barnes, who's in Istanbul right now, and also to a few members of our amazing board are here. Thank you guys. And finally, and certainly most importantly, to the hundreds of neighborhood leaders from across the city that believed in IOBI since we started. We exist to support their creativity and their passion and their courage to change their neighborhood one small project at a time. Thanks very much.
Please welcome MAS board member Kitty Hawks.
Well, I am really excited tonight to present the next award, which goes to the Vi Higginson Gospel for Teens Choir from the cast of Mama, I Want to Sing, who were recently seen on CBS's 60 Minutes. Vi and I actually met about 40 years ago when Vi was one of the great DJs on WBLS, and I, hard as it may be to believe, was dancing like a crazy person in discos to that music. And I worshiped the ground she walked on, and still do, because of this. And who would have thought that we would have ended up here in this circumstance? In 2006, Vi, who was a legendary music producer and writer, joined forces with gospel legend Dr. Emily Sissy Houston to teach teenagers about the importance of gospel music as an art form. This incredible program preserves the oral tradition of gospel music while engaging teenagers ages 13 to 19 to discover their personal artistic talent and build self-confidence on stage and off. These young music ambassadors bring together people of every race and nationality, religious or spiritual background, with the message that we are more alike than we are different. Gospel for Teens is a program of the Mama Foundation for the Arts and Vi Higginson School of Gospel, Jazz, and R&B Arts. Each semester, between 40 and 60 participants are selected through an audition process to learn music history and vocal techniques in classes held at the Foundation's renovated Harlem Brownstone. In the past 5 years, it has grown to be a highly respected and influential program, with the choir performing at various venues across New York City, including the world-famous Apollo, the American Museum of Natural History, and the St. Paul Community Baptist Church. Please join me in welcoming Vi Higginson.
And a very pleasant good evening. Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm absolutely delighted to be here, and I accept this award on behalf of my mother and my father, who came to Harlem in the early 1930s. And they instilled in the family the love of our borough of Harlem and the city of New York, and in the love of music, particularly gospel music. Gospel for Teens classes began last week, and we were supposed to take 40 students. We took 75. There were so many talented teens, and we want to make sure that we see and hear these young people. And so therefore, our program is set up on Saturdays for that to happen, so that they can be seen and heard, and this music is recognized as an art form. So I'm really very grateful to be here today. I thank CBS 60 Minutes for telling our story so that it was a little more easy to understand just what effect music can really have on musical students and on the audience as well. And so I thank them, I thank my parents, and I thank the Municipal Arts Society. I love being here, I love these teens, and I love New York.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gospel for Teens.
Tell Lord that
Via.
Okay, there is nothing more to say. Gospel for teens. We're going to let these people go. See you tomorrow morning. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you.